The Iran conflict entered its second week with both sides launching fresh attacks across the region. Iran says that it will suspend strikes on its Gulf neighbors after apologizing for its actions, but fighting continues. Israel carried out new airstrikes on Tehran and other targets, while Iran launched drones and missiles in retaliation. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump warned that Iran will be hit very hard unless it agrees to an unconditional surrender. DD India's Rabindra Chauhan reports.
Iran and Israel exchanged fresh attacks on Saturday as the war entered its second week. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to Gulf neighbors affected by recent strikes and said Tehran would suspend attacks on them unless strikes on Iran originated from their territory.
I personally apologize to neighboring countries that were affected by Iran's actions. Our commanders, leaders, and loved ones lost their lives due to the brutal aggression that took place. And our armed forces are heroes who gave their lives to defend our territorial integrity. Our commanders took all the necessary measures and defended our land with dignity and strength.
Despite the apology, fighting continued across the region. Iran's military said its navy launched a wave of drone attacks targeting Israel as well as U.S. bases in the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait. Israel responded with a new wave of airstrikes on the Iranian cities of Tehran and Isfahan. The Israeli military said around 80 fighter jets targeted the military academy, an underground command center, and missile storage facilities. Smoke and flames were seen rising from Mehrabad International Airport, one of the capital's main airports. The escalation follows renewed pressure from U.S. President Donald Trump, who said Iran could only end the war through unconditional surrender. In a social media post, Trump also warned that Iran would be hit very hard and said Washington was considering expanding its list of targets. Iran responded with missile and drone attacks across the region. Air raid alerts were reported over Jerusalem, while Gulf cities including Dubai and Manama activated air defense systems. In Saudi Arabia, authorities intercepted a ballistic missile aimed at an airbase hosting U.S. forces near Riyadh. Meanwhile, Dubai International Airport briefly suspended operations after air defenses intercepted an aerial threat nearby. Flights were halted for passenger safety before services partially resumed later in the day. The conflict has also spread to Lebanon. Israel says it carried out strikes on Hezbollah targets in southern and eastern Lebanon, including command centers and rocket launch sites. Lebanese officials say more than 200 people have been killed and hundreds of thousands displaced.
We have no territorial claims against Lebanon, but we will not accept a situation where what existed for many years, firing from Lebanese territory toward the state of Israel. We will not allow a return of this situation. Therefore, we are turning and warning. Act and take action before we act even more.
The war began last weekend after U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and destroyed key military infrastructure. Since then, the conflict has spread across West Asia, pushing up global oil prices and rattling financial markets. Rabindra Chauhan's report, DD India.